beautiful Friday night at the Trojan Coliseum in Portsmouth, Ohio, as the Trojans are set to host the South Point Pointers here in Week 9. Dewey and Tim Daly along with you tonight. Glad to have you with us. Should be a pretty competitive matchup here once again at the Trojan Coliseum here in Week 9.
Well, again, I think one of the special venues, especially in the region or in the area, outstanding facility here, a lot of tradition and a lot of history in the city of Portsmouth. Great hosts. They've got great facilities here, not only in the press box, tremendous hospitality, just generally one of our favorite places to stop along our travels, and then you've got a perfect night for football to go with it.
Yeah, second time we've been here this season. The first time was actually our first live stream of the season. It was that Thursday night game where they took on the Valley Indians. I believe the final was around 45 to 29-ish. It was definitely a convincing win. However, pretty tight first half on that Thursday night. As for this game here in Week 9, South Point comes in at 5-3, 3-2 in the OVC. Portsmouth 4-4, 3-2 also in the OVC. Now, while there isn't a whole lot on the line in terms of league implications, there is other stuff to be said about this game. For Portsmouth, a win would give them an 88% chance to make the playoffs, according to Drew Pastor's Fantastic 50. And for South Point, off to one of their better seasons they've had in the better part of a decade, is currently with 5 wins on the season. That's as many wins as they've had in their previous 3 seasons combined. And also, it would be a win tonight would clinch their first winning season since 2013. It's been a great start for Coach Davis and the South Point Pointers.
Yeah. I mean, I go back, of course, I go back a ways. When I was at coach and assistant coach at Waverly High School, we played South Point, and they were very good back then. Now, I realize we're going back to the early, middle 90s, but a lot of good players, very well coached, outstanding personnel. When you played them, you knew you were going to be into a football game. I mean, there's no question. A lot of people don't know where South Point is, but if you just follow the breadcrumbs, it's the South Point of the state of Ohio.
In that 2013 season, South Point finished 7-3, however, did not play Portsmouth that year, as Portsmouth was still in the SCOAL at that time. So played everybody else in the Ohio Valley Conference, just not Portsmouth, as they were still in another league. Looks like the Pointers are going to receive the opening kickoff of tonight's matchup. Elijah Wilburn, the deep man for the Pointers. Zach Roth on to boot it away for the Trojans. For Portsmouth, a tough loss last week, 43-27 at Fairland. However, Portsmouth leading 19-17 at the break. For South Point, it was a tough win on the road at Chesapeake, picking up a 38-20 win. It'll be their second game without starting quarterback Zathan Haney. Expect to see Ethan Hunt, a freshman, in the signal caller position for the Pointers tonight. Underway from the Trojan Coliseum here in Week 9. This one returned. This will be Devon Lewis, who's brought down inside his own 25. First look at the Pointer offense here in Week 9. (21 attempts for 277 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns last week for the senior Elijah Wilburn. Also 101 yards on the ground on 14 attempts for fellow senior Blaine Freeman, also found the end zone twice. For Hunt, he was 4 of 5 last week for 39 yards. Braden Hanshaw, the leading receiver for the Pointers, had 2 grabs for 11 yards. First and 10 from their own 23. Passing on first down is Hunt. This one caught by Hanshaw across the 35-yard line. One play, 1 first down for the Pointers.
Again, just a simple slip screen to the wide side of the field, and they catch Portsmouth playing a cover 2, and it's a great call because you've got the numbers. It looks like we've got some cloth.
Penalty around the Pointer 30-yard line.
Maybe that's why that play. Although I can tell you this, that's one of the most accurate bubble screen throws, and especially considering that kid hasn't repped much time at the varsity level. On top of that, he's a freshman. Now, he passes the eye test. No, there's no question about that. But the kid's 14 or 15 years old.
Penalty moves the Pointers back inside the 15 to their own 13-yard line.
That just kills a drive. I mean, you start out a game behind the sticks, and it's just not where you want to be. Same formation. Little pistol look, little trips pistol.
First down and 20. It'll be Freeman between the tackles. He's met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on first down for the senior. Up front for the Pointers, it's Anthony Burks, Dante Harris, Jelante Green, Derek Taylor, and Braylon Bird.
Yeah, it looked like to me Alex McKenzie got off his block, and actually I'm going to call that a tackle for a loss. Was there a gain there? Of course, we can't see because they were behind the sticks. They gained 1 yard, John. Lost a yard. It was a tackle for a loss. Okay. Yeah, he got under that block pretty quick.
4 wide for the Pointers on second down and 21. In motion, this is Wilburn across the line of scrimmage, flying down before the play.
Tailback moved, and you can't have two people moving at the same time prior to the snap. And it looked like to me what they came out and was the 2-by-2, and they were going to motion right back into the trips. So my guess, again, it was going to be some type of controlled pass to the field or the trip side.
Penalty makes it a second down and 26 for the Pointers. Second down, Wilburn out of the pocket, firing to the right. Pass is complete. This is Wilburn who's pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line.
Again, just flood, roll action into the trips, catching the little grass route, which is the third read of the progression, a little check down route. Picked up a minimal yardage. I'm going to give it about 2 or 3 at the most. It's kind of hard to tell, again, when they're behind the sticks, but third and 19 to start off the game for South Point.
Third and 19, 4 receivers set, 3 to the boundary, 1 to the field for the Pointers. Freeman directly behind Hunt. Hunt back to throw, firing far side, pass is complete, close to the original line of scrimmage, well shy of the line to gain, pass complete to Braden Hanshaw to bring up 4th down and long for the Pointers.
Again, that play is just designed to have to punt it as least as possible. Again, but a good route and a good throw.
Hanshaw back to punt it away for South Point. Chase Highland and J.T. Williams, the 2 deep men, around their own 45 for the Trojans.
Uh-oh.
Low snap, Hanshaw able to get it away. A spiraling kick will be returned by Williams from inside his own 45, flying down around the spot of the grab. Williams returns it inside the Trojan 40-yard line. Initially had trouble receiving the punt. Actually turns out to be a pretty decent return for Williams.
What do you think the penalty is? Because they're not acting like there's a penalty. Is that a flag? Oh, he's discussing it.
Penalty will bring the Trojans all the way back to their own 35-yard line. It is, unless we have to walk off any extra penalty yardage, which it looks like we will.
That ends up being about a 50-yard difference or so, give or take a few.
Trojans moved back inside their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, on the exchange of possession.
First and 10 for the Trojans. Empty backfield. Cameron Williams, a freshman, all alone. Motion for the Trojans. Williams will keep it himself across the 30-yard line. Brought up just shy of the line to gain at the 35. Second down and short coming up for Portsmouth.
And again, I'm not sure that wasn't supposed to be a jet sweep. But Williams, who we all know is a freshman now, but, you know, he's played 8 football games. I mean, he was smart enough to run where the play was called and actually turned it into a 9-yard game. But we know he's got the ability to run and make plays.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Second down and 1 for Portsmouth. Flag down from the far sideline. It'll be a false start on the Trojans. That'll push them back 5, make it second down and 6. Last week, Cameron Williams, 5 of 9 passing, 37 yards, 4. Also had a touchdown, 3 interceptions for the freshman last week. Also had 37 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Chase Highland, 31 carries, 167 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 catches, all 37 of Cameron Williams' passing yards. Also had a receiving touchdown. Second down and 6. Highland initially up the middle, bounces it to the far sideline. Now outside the left hash, has the first down and is brought up just shy of the 40-yard line. Flags are down after the play. Brought down by Owen Frederick.
And, of course, we know Chase Highland is a very active, kind of a twitchy tailback that we've seen before, and he can make plays as well. And if I remember right, this Nick Copley's a pretty effective runner, too, for Portsmouth. But they can throw the ball, too. They've got, you know, they can do multiple things. But I think that's an easy first down. They're going to end up with the ball fairly close to midfield. Because that was a dead ball foul.
Looks like the penalty will be on Portsmouth. Check down will be, I'm assuming, offsetting penalties for both sides.
The penalty against Portsmouth was a live ball penalty. And then the dead ball penalty was against South Point. So my interpretation would be automatic first down because of the dead ball personal foul. Now, the yardage of the play probably pretty well offset, but it's going to be a first down Portsmouth.
First and 10 for the Trojans from their own 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the field. Here's Williams to the numbers, to the near sideline, across the 45-yard line, past midfield. 2 flags down on the play.
Well, unfortunately, I think Mr. Perry here, Colin Perry, has got a hand, or Colin Perry had a handful of a South Point player, and I'm sure they're going to get him for holding. You can grab, but you can't hold on. You got to get on, get off. And the play was blocked pretty well. It was going to be an 8 or 10-yard play. Instead, they're going to start this set of downs behind the sticks.
Holding against Portsmouth, that'll push them back to their own 30-yard line. First down and 20 coming up for the Trojans.
Again, I look for some type of safe, controlled part of their all package, whether it be a screen or something fairly quick, 3-step type stuff. So they've got I don't know what you want to call that, the offset.
First and 17. This is Highland up near the 35-yard line. Short pickup on first down for the junior. Up front for the Trojans, Leo Paxes, Charles Fletcher, Dylan Sanderlin, Landon Bourne, and Wesley Runyon.
Again, just a simple lead pass or lead run to Highland and minimal gain.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter of play. Second down from their own 34 coming up for the Trojans. Empty backfield for Portsmouth. 2 receivers both ways. Tight end Noah Livingston tight to the left side.
Delay.
Looks to be a delay of game on the Portsmouth. Has been a penalty-ridden first quarter so far for both teams. 5 penalties for 40 yards already for the Trojans.
I'm thinking we've had more penalties than plays.
Same formation for the Trojans. Second down and 21. Highland in motion. It's a low snap. Williams will try to keep it himself to the far sideline. He's brought down around his own 30. Third down and long coming up for Portsmouth.
Again, now you've reached the point here where you're so far behind the sticks. Do you even risk a throw down the field? My guess is no. This will be a controlled, this could be a run or a very, very controlled pass.
3 receivers to the field for the Trojans. Third down and long. Here's a handoff. This will be Williams to the near sideline. Across the 40-yard line. Needs midfield for the first down, and he has it into Pointer territory. First down, Trojans. 21 yards.
I can tell you, they weren't expecting that. Or maybe it's just me not expecting. What a great run and absolute full-out effort. Triples tight this way.
First and 10, this is Williams once again all the way back to his own 45-yard line. He'll be brought down for a significant loss on first down. Braden Hanshaw in on the stop.
And I didn't get his number, but there was going to be a horse collar tackle, but he let go of him, which is a really intelligent play.
Trojans once again deep behind the sticks on second down. Second down and 15 from the 46-yard line. 2 receivers both ways. Now Highland motioning into the backfield. He'll take the jet sweep to the near side. Met by Hanshaw close to the line of scrimmage. Minimal pickup on second down for Highland. Third down and long coming up for Portsmouth.
Yeah, great play by Hanshaw. He absolutely cornered the play, seen the play coming. He started out outside leverage. He eluded his man with a little rip move and got inside and made the play.
3 yards picked up on the sweep by Highland. Third down and 12 from their own 49 coming up.
Just where Portsmouth wants them.
Copley alongside Williams in the backfield. 3 receivers to the boundary. Livingston motions across the line of scrimmage from left to right.
Williams
he's
got
on
room.
The keeper has pulling lineman falls down just shy of the Pointer 45-yard line. Fourth down. And about 8 yards coming up.
You might see Portsmouth roll the dice here, and Mr. Williams did have some running room. And I tell you what, he's a twitchy player. He is for a younger kid, he is twitchy.
Tell you what, a generous spot to the South Point 45-yard line.
I think he was pretty close to it. He may have slid up there a little bit. Still someone needs to make a play.
4 down territory, 4 wide for the Trojans. Williams back a little more. Looks like this may be a pooch punt. It will be. Nobody back deep for the Pointers.
If they can cover it, they can cover it.
Close to the end zone. It is nearly saved by Livingston. It'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. We'll get our second look at this Pointer offense here with 3:46 to go in the first quarter.
Again, I love the call. And really, the kick was a really good kick. You just have to get people. You got to get bodies down there and cover that up. But again, I really believe that was the smart play.
Big thank you for the athletic department here at Portsmouth High School for allowing us to come down for our second time this year. It was pretty short notice for what we normally do. Original plans to go over to Nelsonville, York, and Vinton County, however, made the quick pivot over here as we knew it was a very friendly place, and they always treat us well down here at Portsmouth, and nothing's changed here in week 9.
The quick pivot, I like that. I like that.
1st and 10, this is Wilburn between the tackles. He's met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Trevin Brooks in on the stop for the Trojans.
Again, just, a power type running play. And I would say even, I realize it's still fairly early stages, but it appears to me that Portsmouth has a little bit of an advantage up front.
3 backs in the backfield alongside Hunt. 2nd down and 9. Here's a toss to the near side. This is Wilburn, initially met in the backfield, eventually brought down around the 15-yard line. Alex McKenzie in on the stop for the Trojans. 3rd down and long coming up for the Pointers.
And again, Alex had help coming. If he don't make that play, there were 3 other Trojans just standing there waiting on him.
Ball spotted at the Pointer 16-yard line. 3rd down and 14 coming up. Freeman directly behind Hunt. 4 wide here for the Pointers on 3rd down and 14. Hunt back to throw, going through his options, fires over the middle of the field, passes tipped around and nearly intercepted. Kingston Littlefield in coverage for the Trojans. Pass intended for Cameron Miller. 4th down and 14 now for the Pointers. Very similar to the Julian Edelman catch.
Oh,
in Super
very
Bowl,
close to it.
I believe it was 51.
And it would have been a 1st down. I just know it was the time the Giants beat the Patriots. Oh no, Julian Edelman, Patriots and
Falcons.
Oh, Falcons. What was the helmet catch? That was the
2009-ish. Eli Manning and the New York Giants.
And that was against the Patriots too, wasn't it? Yeah.
High punt from Hanshaw. Punt
I
gets
don't think
away
he
from
touched
Highland. Signaled for the fair catch. Beanbags are down. I believe the call on the field will be South Point football.
I don't think he touched it.
Highland signaling for the fair catch. Started to backpedal and fell down. Ball got away from him. The question now is, did Highland make contact with the football? It was either recovered or downed by South Point.
I personally don't think he touched it. But again, not that he didn't try to. That's the thing. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. I think it's the correct call. I know if you're South Point, you want to get calls, but really if you're a player and a coach and a fan, I mean, at the end of the day, you want them to get the call right. I think they got that call right.
Trojans take over with 2 minutes, 1 second to go in quarter number 1. 1st down and 10 from their own 37. Three receiver set, 2 to the boundary for the Trojans on 1st down and 10. Highland directly behind Williams. He'll take the handoff to the left side across the 40-yard line, now up past the 45, close to a Trojan 1st down.
And a little zone read look, but they're running, the line's blocking that like it's counter tray. So again, I'm going to sit here and say it again for the 9th week in a row. I don't know if he's reading that or not. But certainly that type of action is something where the quarterback can keep the ball and go the opposite direction.
First down and 10 from the 47. Another handoff to Highland, up past midfield, pickup of about 4 yards on first down for the senior.
And again, just the old inside power, outside zone play, fullback lead on the edge. You know, you're looking to bounce that outside or read the edge block, and Mr. Williams got up inside for, or was that Highland? It was Highland got up inside for a 3-yard gain.
Second down and 7, 3 wide. Livingston tight right, leaks off the block. Williams firing
Wide
to the near
open.
side, has Livingston across the 45-yard line. First completion for Williams here tonight.
Love the call, love the play. Pull the guard out there, set the edge. He didn't even have anybody to block. He came to the underneath route. The go route, the flag route was covered. Smart play, move the sticks.
New set of downs, first down and 10 inside the Pointer 45.
See?
Williams on the keeper, straight ahead. He's brought down. Looks like a pickup of 1 yard for the freshman.
Again, what I call the J.T. Barrett, zone read, where he's reading the edge and trying to get his man outside. And if he sees him step out, he tries to get up inside. And you're going to get that read wrong occasionally.
Looks like that'll be the final play of quarter number 1, knotted up at 0 apiece as the clock hits triple zeros. We'll take a quick break. Nothing as we head to the second quarter of play. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Ohio Health, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing Ohio Health provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner
I'm Brandon Callahan.
of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Scoreless first quarter has the scoreboard reading 0-0 as we enter the second quarter of play. Strong drive here for the Trojans as we enter quarter number 2.
Well, and again, I said earlier that it appears to me, again, we'll know a little bit more as the game wears on, but it appears to me that Portsmouth has a little bit of an advantage up front on both sides of the ball, which I realize in most cases it's the same kids.
Second down and 9. This is Highland on the toss across the 40-yard line, up past the 30-yard line, has another first down for the Trojans.
Again, just a simple toss sweep. Great read by Highland. A lot of people tried to leverage outside. He slid it back in on the hash and found daylight.
Strong drive from Chase Highland and the Portsmouth Trojans late in the first quarter, now going into the second. First down and 10 from the 29. Copley and Highland in the backfield alongside Williams, 2 receivers to the field for the Trojans. Same play, opposite side. Highland met by Hanshaw in the backfield and brought down for a loss.
Now, I just got done bragging on him, and this time he goes out and misreads the edge block, tries to bounce it outside, and he really had leverage inside. He could have stepped that up inside. Maybe not for a big game, but he wouldn't have taken the loss.
Hanshaw been a force off the edge for the Pointers here in the early goings. Tight end Noah Livingston, a late sub for the Trojans. Trevin Brooks off. Two receivers to the field, Livingston tight right. Highland up the middle, bounces it to the outside. He's drugged down around the 35-yard line. Owen Frederick on the stop.
Yeah, great play by Frederick inside.
After a positive drive, Trojans now faced with a 3rd down and 15 from the Pointer 34.
Again, and they don't have to get all this, but they got to get a nice big piece of it. Look for Williams to throw.
3rd and long, Williams firing to the near side. Pass is caught. This is Highland. Makes the first man miss up past the 25-yard line. Brought down.
He's about a half yard short.
Right at the 20-yard line.
But a great individual effort. Great individual effort by Highland. And a really accurate throw by Williams. Boy, he didn't get a very good mark there. I thought he landed on the 20.
Trojans need the South Point 19-yard line. Ball spotted at the 21. 4th down and short coming up for the Trojans.
What do you think, Dewey? Just inside or outside?
Portsmouth appears to be going heavy.
Yeah, it looks
Leo
like to me
Pikes is
power
in the
off
backfield.
tackle
Cobb
to the right.
alongside him. Highland. Deep middle. Met in
What
the
a
backfield
great
and brought
play.
down for a stop on 4th down. Dante Harris comes up with the stop for the Pointers.
Dante got him a big old handful of cloth and was able to wrestle him down.
South Point's defense comes up big, deep into their own territory. They'll take over on their own 22.
And they've just been able to muster no offense whatsoever, Johnny. I'm guessing they've got minus yardage. Yeah, negative 4 yards of offense. Yeah. Just haven't been able to put anything together yet. Inverted wishbone.
1st and 10, Trojans.
And
Excuse me,
immediately
the Pointers
get behind the
moving
sticks.
before the snap. False start on Corey Otzenberger. Otzenberger, Freeman, and Wilburn alongside quarterback Ethan Hunt. In the Pointer backfield, this is Freeman on 1st down up past their own 20-yard line. Short pickup on 1st down for the Pointers. Second consecutive start for freshman Ethan Hunt. Typical starter Zathan Haney has been out for the past 2 games for the Pointers.
And I'm going to take a wild guess, and I know this isn't a statistic, but I'll promise you that South Point has run more plays behind the sticks than they have in front of them.
2nd down and 11, another handoff. This is Freeman straight ahead. He's pushed out to the outside and brought down close to the line of scrimmage.
Outstanding play by Copley.
No gain on the play, 3rd down and 11. Coming up for the Pointers. Same formation on 3rd down and long.
I think they, I was going to say, I think they will throw.
Hunt back to pass, rolling near side. He'll dump it off. This is Wilburn up the near sideline and out of bounds, close to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and long. Coming up for South Point.
And again, Portsmouth should end up with they may even end up on the plus side of the field, but I fully expect them to get probably no worse than their own 45 or 50. Good snap. Halfway decent punt.
Hanshaw's punt lands inside the 50-yard line. Trojans will let this one roll out close to their own 30. Trojans take back over on their own 30-yard line. First down and 10. 7:30 to go in the first half.
Again, it just seems like, I mean, again, this isn't early season jitters or anything, but just it doesn't seem like either team can get kind of any offensive rhythm or flow at all. Although Portsmouth has had the better of it. They just haven't been able to sustain any drives.
4 wide, Livingston tight left. This is Highland
offside.
motioning in the backfield, and he's brought down for a large loss on first down.
Again, and here we go again. Now Portsmouth wants to play from behind the sticks.
Blaine Freeman on the stop for the Pointers. Second down and 16 now for Portsmouth, deep behind the sticks. Same formation, Williams under pressure, attempting to keep it for himself. He's able to gain about 3 yards, however, still deep behind the sticks on third down. Third down and 14.
Again, I think you'll see a moving pocket here in Williams, trying to get him out on the perimeter where he can actually have the ability and the option to run or throw. And they've got trips to the field, so I look for him to roll out this way. And they've got a blocker on the edge too. He's coming this way. Yeah.
Williams looking to throw, firing near side. This is Colin Perry up past the 35-yard line.
Again, a successful play, but just not enough on third down.
First grab for Perry here tonight.
Oh, my God. No way in the world they're going for this.
Fourth down and 6 from their own 35.
Now, they may line up and pooch punt this thing again, but I'm saying there's no reason not to punt this football. Your defense is played out of their minds. Yeah, he's kicking, isn't he?
I formation on fourth down and 6 for the Trojans. False start on Portsmouth. That'll push them back 5 and almost cement a Trojan punt coming up with fourth down and long.
And my whole thing, the only thing that would justify that right there is to try to draw South Point offsides, but 5 yards would not have given him a first down.
Williams in the pistol, now motions back. South Point ready for the pooch punt. This one booted away to the right hash. It takes a South Point bounce back towards the 45-yard line, and will initially be down by the punter, Cameron Williams. First and 10 South Point from their own 44.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I know statistically we're not keeping this, I don't think they've been able to run a first down play without getting behind the sticks. I don't think they've had a positive play on first down. And they may have started off with a penalty and got behind the sticks, but I don't think they've run a first down play for positive yardage.
3 backs in the backfield alongside Hunt. First down and 10. Toss to the near side. This is Wilburn up past the 45-yard line, close to the 50. Big thank you to our sponsors, Glockner of Family Dealerships, Parmar Stores, Willie & Son Trucking, McDonald's, and Schmidt Restaurant Group. Making our weekly football, volleyball, and soccer live streams possible.
By the way, let me recommend a golf match. Think we could video a golf match? That'd be pretty cool to sit up in the crow's nest at 18 and call shots.
2nd down and 6. Handoff. This is Otzenberger between the tackles up past midfield. 3rd down and short coming up for the Pointers.
Again, just an inside kind of a counter-looking play. And, John, I don't think I'm stretching things. They have not made a first down. No. So a little bit of a bad spot, too, there again. I must have to get my eyes checked.
Otzenberger, the lone back in the running back room for the Pointers. Wilburn and Freeman, both seniors. Otzenberger, only a junior.
Portsmouth is obviously expecting a run.
Handoff. This is Freeman. Met in the backfield around midfield and driven backwards. Big stop by the Trojans on 3rd down and short.
Again, and if you're South Point, there's not even a question of a decision here. You're going to kick this ball, and in my opinion, anything inside the 20-yard line is bonus. And let's face it, Portsmouth hasn't lit it up either. And the problem is Portsmouth, again, probably had a little more success offensively, but they can't put plays. Neither team has been able to put plays together.
4th and 4 at midfield. Pointers going to go for it. Hunt firing far side. Pass is complete. Braden Hanshaw, his 2nd catch of the night. 1st down, Pointers.
I guess, what do I know?
Easy pitch and catch for the first down.
Extremely easy pitch and catch. I mean, look like those guys have been doing that for 10 years in their sleep.
Ball spotted inside the Trojan 45. 1st down and 10. Toss near side. Wilburn cuts it up around the 45-yard line. He'll be brought down around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Well, and give Chase Highland a lot of credit. He didn't make the tackle, but he obviously cornered the play and sent the runner back into the pursuit. So give him a star.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 10 from the 44. Otzenberger, Freeman, and Wilburn all in the game alongside Hunt. This time it'll be Otzenberger up past the 45-yard line. Pickup of about a yard.
Again, that little inside counter play that they had a little bit of success a couple of first downs ago. And, again, tough sledding.
Timeout, South Point. Tough week 10 on tap for both teams as South Point will head back home and host Gallia Academy. Portsmouth will wrap up their season heading down to Ironton.
Not the best way to end. You know, my first coaching season at Waverly, we ended the season at Ironton in 1991. They had a kid by the name of Jamon Jackson that played at Ohio State, and he was just a sophomore. We didn't have any answer for him, I can assure you of that. And it was a cold, rainy, wet night at the Tank. There's a lot of teams that have experienced that at the Tank.
Third down and 9, Wilburn. Motions across the line of scrimmage, now 4 wide. Hunt back to pass, firing over the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete, intended for Cameron Miller. 4th down and 9 for the Pointers.
No question, Ethan Hunt would love to have that back. He had separated, he was open, and it was a good throw. He just was high with it. If he catches that ball, he might have gotten to the house.
Incompletion stops the clock at 1:43 in quarter number 2.
What do you do here, Dewey?
Seems to be 4-down territory for the Pointers.
I don't know.
Portsmouth still with all 3 timeouts. South Point holding on to their final 2.
I'm probably punting this.
4 receivers set, 3 to the field, 1 to the boundary. Hunt Back to pass on 4th down, firing.
Oh, he's
far
got him.
side, pass is complete to Elijah Wilburn inside the Trojan 20-yard line.
Again, what do I know? But he had a receiver early on, right in the middle of the field, standing wide open that would have at least moved the sticks. And then they basically get a lollipop throw there. Hey, give South Point credit, give their coaching staff credit for rolling the dice.
Miscommunication between Hunt and Freeman.
He going.
Hunt rolling far side, firing downfield. Don't believe that would have stood, as we most likely would have had illegal men downfield, as I believe that was intended to be a toss play, and instead Hunt turns the wrong way and has to roll far side and just throws it out of bounds. 2nd down and 10, clock stopped at 1:19. Big 4th down conversion from Ethan Hunt to Elijah Wilburn. 2nd down and 10, 3 receivers to the field. Hunt, back to throw, firing.
He's got him.
Near side, it's caught by the running back, Elijah Wilburn. Touchdown, Pointers.
I believe that was a little wheel route, which takes a little bit of time to develop that play, but I mean, he was more than open, an accurate throw. Make him catch it. Looked pretty easy, a lot easier than it should have been.
Pointers strike first with 1:12 to go in quarter number 2. "19-yard passing touchdown from Ethan Hunt to Elijah Wilburn. Reese Kraft on for the point after. Kick nearly blocked, however, Kraft splits the uprights, and the lead is now to 7. 7-0 lead for the Pointers. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
A 19-yard passing touchdown from freshman Ethan Hunt to senior tailback Elijah Wilburn. PAT from Kraft was good. A 7-0 lead for the Pointers with 1:12 to go here in the first half.
Well, and again, until that possession there, I believe Johnny told me that they were -4 yards, and they put together, again, it wasn't a thing of beauty. It wasn't a thing of beauty, and I believe they converted 2 4th downs doing it.
Kraft, a short kick. This one rolls out of bounds to the far sideline. Rolls out around the Trojan 33.
So that comes to the 40.
Should be the 35.
I know the NFL is the 35. Is it the 35? Okay.
I believe it's the 35 unless it goes out before the 35 and then you get it where it went out. Definitely seen our fair share of kicks out of bounds, a large majority coming from Spartan Municipal Stadium in week 4.
Again, if you're Portsmouth, I think you got to try to get something going here.
Empty backfield on 1st down and 10 from their own 35. Williams firing near side. Pass is caught by Highland. just shy of the 40-yard
What a
line.
catch.
Pickup of about 3.
I was just about to say, too, that was probably the least accurate throw that Williams had made, but then Highland goes and makes a play on me.
Same formation, Livingston tight to the right side. Williams firing right side, passes caught. This is
Got to get out of bounds.
tight end Livingston. He gets out of bounds around the 42-yard line, just shy of the line to
clock's
gain.
rolling.
Clock should stop as Livingston was pushed out of bounds.
Well, they just burn him about 8 seconds. We'll see if they put that back on. 6 or 7 seconds minimum.
Timeout Portsmouth. Their first of the half. Clock stopped at 40 seconds. Third down and 3 from their own 42 coming up for the Trojans out of the timeout.
Again, with the 2 timeouts, it allows them a little bit of the luxury to be able to run some type of controlled pass here because of the third down situation, and trying to move the sticks right now is way more important than anything else they're attempting to do. And they're straight empty.
Empty backfield, Livingston tight to the left side. Third down and 3, Trojans need the 45. Williams drops back to pass. Pass is deflected before it can get past the line of scrimmage. Owen Frederick on the deflection for the Pointers. Fourth down and 3 coming up for the Trojans.
And if Frederick don't block that pass, that was going to be a first down.
Clock stops at 37 seconds.
You've got to kick this ball.
Williams back, he boots it away, nobody back deep. For the Pointers, as this one continues to roll to the end zone, it will be down inside the 5, right at the Pointer 2-yard line. A nice punt from freshman Cameron Williams. 27 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts left for South Point. Four-back backfield for the Pointers. There's a handoff between the tackles. This will be Freeman up past the 5-yard line.
And I don't think you'll see South Point run another play here. They certainly don't have to.
Clock is down to 8 seconds. It looks like the Pointers will take this one to the break with a 7-0 lead here at the Trojan Coliseum. Through one, we'll head to the break, a 7-0 lead for the Pointers. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
There's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
All right, and welcome back in here for the halftime show. This is John Bruce stepping in for Dewey Daly, along with Tim Daly. We'll review a little bit of the first half, not a whole lot, but really, I was really impressed by both freshman quarterbacks. Neither one's really done anything to make a mistake. It's a pretty big game for both of them, and they haven't been necessarily spectacular, although Hunt had two really nice throws on that last drive.
Well, if you're a college guy watching this broadcast, put that kid on your radar screen, because he certainly looks like no freshman to me, and he seems. I watched him warming up before I found out that wasn't their starting quarterback, and the kid's a freshman. He passes the eye test, and he's got some arm talent, and I'm going to guess to this point he hasn't been coached in the finer arts of quarterbacking. But if you look at the way the kid carries himself, if I told you the kid was a senior, he looks like a senior, and his disposition is that of a much, much older kid. But again, I don't know. We don't know a whole lot about the kid and the background of the kid and that type of thing. But he looks like a kid.
We're going to find impossible.
No, we're going to hear. I think we're going to hear about this kid the next 3 years.
Yeah,
I really do.
Really impressed with him. And then we're going to let South Point's band get going here, and then we'll be back here in just a few minutes with more of our halftime show. This is John Bruce back in. I hope you've enjoyed to see a little bit of the Portsmouth band along with some of the South Point. I believe it was the entire South Point performance. Just checking in real quick here at the half. I mean, really, South Point had one drive. The rest were 3 and out, and then you had the end of the half. So, Portsmouth coming back and winning this game would be no surprise to, I think, either of us or many in the stadium. But got to give credit to South Point's defense stepping up to get a big stop there on the one drive Portsmouth made deep in their territory.
Well, and that's what it's gotten down to. I mean, there's no question. Again, I think Portsmouth has, I don't know that they've had a 3 and out. Mm-hmm. They've moved the ball every time they've had they've moved the ball every time they've possessed it, but they can't sustain it, whether they're catching a penalty or catching, tackles for loss or negative plays.
Yeah, I think
and give South Point, again, the play down here by
it was 78, I think.
Yeah, it was. His name is
we got it right here. Dante Harris.
Outstanding.
Yes.
I mean, and the thing of it is, if he doesn't make that play, it's clearly going to be a first down, and this could easily be 7-0 Portsmouth.
Right.
But again, you know what? It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7-0 South Point right now. But again, if you're South Point, coaching staff, you got a lot of football to play. And if you're Portsmouth staff right now, you're not hitting the panic button. They've got some explosive kids there. Williams, really Williams and Highland both, to me, played well the first half. But again, when you have to put, and give, again, South Point's defense credit, when you have to put together 10 or 12 plays to be successful, people don't realize, again, for a high school team, that's very difficult. Now, for some teams, it's not. For older, more mature type situations, maybe that's not a big ask, but both teams have had multiple penalties. I mean, we started out the first quarter was a flag fest. We had more plays with penalties than we had without.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that first drive for Portsmouth was about 6 minutes, but it was mostly because every time they got a first down, it was getting called back for a hold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
and really, if and again, I hate to make that's the coach in me.
Yeah.
If you just don't make those mistakes, you've probably scored once or twice in that half. If you just don't, I realize this is not a big ask. If you just aren't committing penalties, but again, those type of procedures prior to snaps or two guys moving at the same time at the snap, those things are things that you work on every day in practice. I mean, you can simply call that execution. And to be quite honest, that isn't a word that we've been able to use tonight at all. Neither team has executed anything at all that's sustainable. Now, even Paint Valley, even with South Point scoring, if I'm not mistaken, John, they converted 2 fourth downs.
Yes, it was 2 nice passes from
exactly, and made it. And the touchdown pass was a very, very easily done.
Yes.
So I mean, Portsmouth can blame themselves a little bit, not for getting them in those situations, but letting them out of those types of situations. So again, if they clean that up, obviously we would be sitting here at 0. So. Again,
it looked like we were going to go into the half 0-0, and then
it did.
Yeah, they hit.
It did. In fact, I'm telling you, when they had the ball in about the 45-46, I'm in 4th and 6 or whatever it was. I'm sitting there telling them they have to punt that football, and there was 1:20 to go in the half, and I'm like, no way you don't kick that ball because I'm willing to go in at zeros and start over and play these guys for 24 minutes and see what happens. But what do I know? Because 5 or 6 plays later, with hardly any clock time taken off,
he hits Wilbur.
Yeah, and made it look easy. I mean, he's wide open in the end zone. So,
yeah, he's Hunt's made those 2 big impressive throws. I believe Williams is perfect so far passing. I think it's only 4 for 4, and it's just for short yardage. But he's done a good job. Like they're not making mistakes. So it's really coming down to the line play, and then that one possession for South Point. So, which team can,
Well, the funny thing about it is, usually you would say the team that has committed the least amount of mistakes would probably be ahead. I don't think that's true.
Right.
I think South Point probably was penalized more times than Portsmouth was, and I don't know how many Do we have a total penalty count?
I believe
we had
it's
to
11.
Have, I was going to say we have to be close to 15.
Well,
yeah.
It felt so much more because that first, I think there was 8 in the first 2 possessions combined between the 2 teams. Yeah.
Well, and I actually think, and we'll have to go back and watch the film to see, I don't think until that last possession that South Point had run a successful play on first down, which means every time they've possessed the ball, they have fell behind the sticks. And let me tell you something, that ain't nowhere to be when you're trying to create something here. But again, none of that makes any difference. What does matter is it's South Point 7 and Portsmouth 0. And here in about 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to get started off with the second half. And obviously this game is totally up for grabs. Totally up for grabs.
Should be a pretty interesting second half. We're going to have the 20 minutes is up now. We're going to have the 3 minutes added on. I wish it would just be 23 straight minutes, but, I get it.
Doesn't make any sense,
Yes.
does it?
No, it doesn't. We'll talk about that another time, maybe next week.
Well, you want me to explain it to you now? The 20 minutes is for the band. The 3 minutes is for the team to warm up. So, that's why they do it.
Okay.
Now, they could stop it at 23 and stop it at 3 and
Right.
tell the band to get off the field, but the band knows
The
when
band
they look up
knows.
there
Okay.
how much time they have left in the 20 minutes to conclude their deal. And then
Okay.
the team gets the other. And it is 3.
Yes.
I was thinking it was 4. It's 3. Yeah.
Yep. So that makes sense. So
Yeah.
we're going to take a quick break as you are watching high school football action presented by Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband. Get it together.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new.
Just about 2 minutes until second half kickoff. I believe the Trojans are set to receive the opening kickoff of the third quarter. Some halftime scores from around the area. Uniola leading 28-7 over Paint Valley. Piketon 22 over Adena, who has 17.
Wow.
Washington Courthouse 7-0 over Chillicothe. Hillsborough 7-0 leaders over Miami Trace at the half. Hamilton Township leading Bloom Carroll 21-14 at halftime. Liberty Union 7-0 over Circleville. Vinton County 7-0 over Nelsonville, York. Waverly 33-17 over Northwest. Ironton leading Gallia 14-3. Down to the OVC, Fairland 42-6 leaders over Coldgrove. Notre Dame 22-6 over Sims Valley in the second quarter. Portsmouth West leading Oak Hill in the second quarter 42-7. And then to wrap it up, Rock Hill leading Chesapeake 21-7 late in the second quarter.
Well, and if you're Portsmouth, that halftime couldn't get over fast enough to get out here and try to take this opening possession and try to get this game back to now 7-7 and see what's happening. But again, I think that if I'm in the locker room at halftime at Portsmouth, I'm talking about eliminating mistakes, and not assignments, mistakes, penalty mistakes. They're their own worst enemy, and that goes for South Point as well. So whoever cleans that up best probably stands the best chance of being successful here.
Second half is underway off the foot of Reese Kraft. Kick is initially muffed by the Trojan, but here goes Caleb Johnson to the near side, who's driven backwards to the 30-yard line. Forward progress will have him at the 31. First look at the Trojan offense here in the second half. First down and 10 from their own 31.
And again, I'm a little bit surprised based on what we saw, and I realize again 7 weeks ago, or 7 weeks and a day ago, that Nick Copley hasn't touched the ball offensively here at all tonight. Now, he's played every snap on both sides of the ball, but he was a pretty effective runner for them back when we were here earlier.
4 receivers sent, 3 to the field for the Trojans on 1st down and 10. Highland alongside Williams in the backfield. Here's Williams on the keeper, near side, has a block, gets the edge, stays in bounds, and will be pushed out right at the 40-yard line, a yard shy of the line to gain.
Again, I love the play because, again, you're looking at jet sweep, or that what I call the J.T. Barrett zone read to the trips, which is predominantly where they've run it, and he's coming back to the short side of the field. And that just makes the other play even more effective.
2nd down, 1 yard to go for the Trojans. Need the 41. Highland to the far side, has the 1st down and more across midfield. Highland cuts it back to the outside across the 25-yard line. Ball spotted at the 23 of South Point.
Again, John and I talked about at halftime that we thought that Williams and Highland would be very, very involved in what we saw in the second half of Portsmouth. And again, I don't think this is huge, but they've ran 2 plays without any penalties and whatever, and they're already cooking.
37-yard pickup on 2nd down for Highland. 1st down and 10 from the Pointer 23.
Same play.
Bunch ride for the Trojans. Williams on the keeper to the left side, met in the backfield and brought down. Anthony Burks makes the stop for the Pointers.
And again, that's the zone read. And again, I'm going to tell you that it appears to me he's reading that. But if they predetermined that, obviously they told him to keep it that time. And the South Point interior defense wasn't having any of that. And now they are behind the sticks. So there's again, another
multiple
mistake.
Tackles for loss in the first half for the South Point defensive front. 2nd down and 13 yards to go. Here's a screen pass to the near side. This is Highland, cuts it back out to the outside around the numbers. He's brought down right at the 20-yard line.
Again, I like the play call because it's the same motion, and they came back over here and screened off of it, and really not very well blocked, and Chase Highland able to grind out about a 7 or 8 yard gain and get it back to more of a manageable 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7 from the Pointer 20-yard line.
Again, and no question that Portsmouth's in 4-down territory, so a run here is very, very likely in my mind.
3 receivers sent. Livingston tight to the right side. Play action. Williams out to the far side, cuts it up. He's going to keep it himself. Close to the line to gain, has the 1st down inside the South Point 10-yard line.
Again, I absolutely love the call because when you put Williams on the perimeter there, he puts all kinds of pressure on the defense. He had a man in the deep route on the flag, really was pretty well covered. He pulls it down and bounces around like a pinball, ends up with 1st and goal. And that kid's a freshman.
Bouncing off defenders is a 5'5", 135-pound freshman. Here's Williams on the keeper, inside the 5, just shy of the goal line. Ball will be spotted at the 3.
Listen, when the horse you're riding is not an undersized freshman kid, but an undersized varsity football player, that's something you can be extremely proud of, that the coach is calling your numbers calling your number in the critical moments. Again, now I totally expect to see Highland here. We'll see where he lines up.
2nd down, goal to go from the 3.
So Highland, if he runs the ball, he's coming this way.
Highland alongside Williams in the backfield. Here's
Touchdown.
Highland to the left side, cuts it back up to the middle. Touchdown, Trojans.
Again, great patience by Highland. That play's designed to get outside, and he just patiently waited for daylight to appear inside and then just got in there, and that's a grown man run right there. And if you're Portsmouth, that's exactly what you were looking for in this first possession of the second half.
Zach Roth on to make it a 7-7 game. Splits the uprights, and we're all knotted up at 7. 8:33 to go in quarter number 3. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Ohio Health, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing Ohio Health provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finest care.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
7 plays, 69 yards, 3 minutes, 17 seconds, capped off by a 3-yard rushing touchdown from the junior Chase Highland. PAT from Roth was good, and we're all knotted up at 7 with 8:33 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Roth to boot it away for the Trojans. A strong kick, yet returnable from his own 10. Here's Elijah Wilburn.
Look at this. Look at. Oh. Wow. That reminded me of what was the movie with Euler? No, what? Help me out here. The guy that played at Mississippi, that played for the Ravens.
The Blind Side?
The Blind Side. Did that not look like the Blind Side over there?
Flag down on the play will be waved off. It'll be first down and 10 for the Pointers from their own 28-yard line. Frederick and Freeman alongside Hunt in the backfield. Elijah Wilburn directly behind all three. He'll take the handoff on first down and 10 to the far sideline. Stays in bounds, close to a South Point first down.
I'm not 100% sure. That might have been his first touch. No? That kid's got a little burst. He's got a little burst to him. And they're walking backwards. We got cloth. See what I'm saying? Whew. I tell you what, you can go from about 35 to 65 in one football season of this, and those are the things that just drive you crazy. But again, these are young kids, and they're prone to make mistakes, unfortunately.
Holding pushes the Pointers back 10 yards, first down and 20, same formation.
Same play.
Handoff up the middle. This is Freeman across the 20-yard line, driving all the way up to the 25. About a 7-yard pickup on first down for the senior.
Again, it's just unfortunate that you get behind the sticks, especially on first down, and it almost just discontinues your entire possession. But let's see if South Point can't fight back here and maybe pick up a first down or two.
Same formation for the Pointers on second down and 13. Here's a toss to the right side. This is Wilburn, and he's brought down in the backfield. Noah Livingston makes the stop for the Trojans. Third down and long coming up for the Pointers.
Again, extremely well played by Portsmouth. There was multiple players there and nowhere to go.
3rd down and 16 from their own 22-yard line. Trips to the field for the Pointers. Devon Lewis singled up to the near side. First time out of the half, it will go to the Pointers. .6:39 to go in quarter number 3. Been a quick game.
Yeah, an extremely quick game. Again, normally I would say, especially with a young freshman kid, but a good-looking kid, you're looking for some type of controlled passing, screen, something quick. But again, every time I've said that tonight, they've thrown the ball down the field. So let's look for them again to look for that intermediate route somewhere in the 12 to 15-yard area and see if somebody can't make a play.
3rd down and 16. Hunt in the pistol, trips to the field. Hunt looking to throw under pressure. It's McKenzie.
That's grounding.
And he'll throw it away to the near side. McKenzie giving pressure for the Trojans, forces a should be grounding. We'll wait for the official.
No,
ruling.
100%. There wasn't anybody in the zip code, and he knew it. Again, I understand what he was thinking, but and again, I don't think it's that costly of a penalty. But that's going to take the down, too, so it's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to punt, without a doubt. So Portsmouth obviously is going to get the ball back, I think, minimum somewhere on the plus side of the field.
Hanshaw pinned up to the back of the end zone to boot this one away. Williams and Highland at the Pointer 40-yard line.
So 30.
Picked up and fumbled, however, the Trojans were able to get back on top of it. It was Kingston Littlefield initially attempting to return it for the Trojans. Luckily, they're able to get back on top of it after the fumble.
I'm going to reserve my comments on that play. And Portsmouth very fortunate to have the ball back.
First down and 10 for the Trojans from the South Point 30-yard line. Bunch to the right side. Landon Malone singled up to the near side.
Look for Williams to keep this. Nope.
Here's Highland near side across the 25-yard line and pushed out of bounds. Pick up of about 6 yards on first down for the junior.
Again, I believe that's the first time they've run Williams or Highland that way away from the trips. That's why I thought maybe Williams would keep the ball. Same thing. Look for possibly Williams to keep this ball outside because they've got numbers to the field. Watch. But he didn't get outside. Well, now he's gotten outside.
Williams
See you later.
on the keeper, has real estate inside the 10. Touchdown, Trojans. 24 yards.
Again, John and I both talked about Highland and Williams at halftime and how explosive they can be and were at times in the half, and we talked about eliminating mistakes. And even though they have caught a penalty or two, even in the second half, Williams and Highland together are just a little bit more than South Point can handle at this time.
Here's Roth on to make it a 7-point lead. 14-7. Trojans leading 6:03 to go in quarter number 3. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
A 24-yard rushing touchdown for freshman Cam Williams. PAT from Roth was good. Been a quick turnaround for the Trojans, 14-0 so far in the second half.
Well, I didn't think it would happen that fast, but I'm not surprised of what's happened. I'm just surprised it happened that fast. And again, a lot of pressure now on the South Point offense.
Here's Wilburn from inside his own 20,
He's
cuts it up
room.
the right hash, loses the football. Ball is free. Trojans look to be on top of it. Portsmouth football inside the Pointer 30-yard line.
Again, I wouldn't expect anything different, but Highland and Williams again.
5:55 to go in quarter number 3.
Exact same formation.
Here's Williams on the keeper right up the middle. Pushed all the way inside the Pointer 25-yard line.
And again, that's not the zone read. That's that J.T. Barrett jet sweep type read, which is give Portsmouth credit because they've ran 3 different plays out of the same formation and hit them at different places.
Five-yard pickup for Williams on first down. 2nd down and 5 now for the Trojans.
Again, now the trips are out, and he's in the pistol.
4 receivers set, 3 to the field. Bradley all alone to the near side. Here's Williams on the keeper to the near side. Has a block from Bradley across the 20-yard line. Has the first down for Portsmouth. Trojans rolling with 5:06 to go in quarter number 3. First down and 10 in the red zone. Highland to the right side. The ball is free. Ball still free as the Trojans initially had it, now all the way to the far sideline. Pointers on top of it.
An absolute follies play.
Ball volleyed around all the way to midfield.
Well, and again, if you're South Point, the ball was obviously going in the correct direction. You just had to finally end up with a player on it. So if you go back to the original fumble on the kickoff, in the gain of possession, they probably gained 20 yards. So really, South Point, a major escape there.
Pointers take over, first down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield alongside Hunt. 2 receivers, 1 each way for the Pointers. Hunt looking to throw, firing near side for Wilburn. Pass is incomplete.
Again, I don't like the call because it makes you back to 2nd and 10. And again, with them not having a ton of, I'm going to say, in their game plan of throwing the ball, That's almost, I mean, that's the same as a negative run play. I just don't like the call. And a fade route at that. A well-thrown ball, though, by the way.
Same formation for the Pointers on 2nd down and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This is Freeman between the tackles across midfield. Flag down around the South Point 46.
And I was dearly hoping we wouldn't see nearly as many hankies laying on the ground. And it didn't start out that way, but we're starting to see it again. What they're walking back, so it's got to be a hold. Yep. Those are drive killers, especially on 2nd down after that first incomplete pass.
Penalty pushes the Pointers back to their own 35-yard line, 2nd down and 20. Under 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. This is Wilburn on 2nd down and 20 between the tackles. Makes the first man miss, has some room to the near side. Wilburn across the 40-yard line, inside the Trojan 35. Big run from the senior on 2nd down and long.
By far their best offensive play of the night.
35 yards for Wilburn. All the way up to the Trojan 30-yard line.
And I really do believe the Portsmouth tackler probably had a halfway decent chance of punching that ball out, but chose to make the play.
First down and 10. This is Freeman between the tackles. Across the 20-yard line, close to the 15, has the first down. Pointers threatening first down and 10 from the 15.
Again, I just think they keep feeding that hungry dog. They're having success between the tackles.
Frederick and Otzenberger alongside Hunt. This is Otzenberger between the tackles. Still on his feet inside the 10 eventually. Brought down, forward progress will mark him around the 7. Pick up of about 8. Second down, 3 yards to go. Pointers need the 5-yard line for a new set of downs.
Again, I see no reason whatsoever for them to keep not pounding it inside. I was going to say I'd look for Washburn.
Wilburn.
Wilburn.
Straight ahead, met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short for the Pointers inside the Trojan 10.
And again, Wilburn is he's not as suited to run inside, and he doesn't look nearly as comfortable inside as he does trying to use his speed to get outside. What he did, his feet went together, and he was, and again, give Portsmouth's defensive front some credit for clogging things up. This big play.
No gain on the play, same formation with Otzenberger and Frederick.
I look for Otzenberger again.
Wilburn back in the game behind all 3. Firing on 3rd down to the far side. Passes incomplete, intended for Braden Hanshaw. 4th down coming up.
And I will tell you this, and we all had the same view. That was an extremely well-thrown ball. The wideout just didn't quite make the adjustment, or his route was a little bit deep into the end zone. He needed to be more at the pylon. The ball was extremely accurate and well thrown. I mean, we had a bird's eye view of it. When he cut it loose, I thought it was a touchdown.
4th down and 3. Straight ahead, met before the line to gain. Trojans defense makes a stand inside their own 10-yard line. 1:42 to go in the third.
Again, if you're South Point, I'm sure you're a little bit disappointed at this moment, but hey, listen, don't be disappointed long, because you can go in here and get a quick stop and end up getting this ball back somewhere on the plus side of the field and still be right in this deal. What you can't let happen or have happen is to allow Portsmouth to dig this out on you.
Trojans take over on their own 7-yard line, 1st down and 10.
I formation we have not seen this evening. Under.
I formation with Williams and Highland. It's Highland to the right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. For just now tuning in, a 7-0 first half for the Pointers. So far in the second half, it's been all Trojans, 14 unanswered in the third quarter.
Again, if you're Portsmouth, you want to be a little bit careful down here.
A 19-yard passing touchdown from quarterback Ethan Hunt to tailback Elijah Wilburn in the first half. A 3-yard rushing touchdown from Nolan Highland alongside a 24-yard rushing touchdown from Cameron Williams in the second half for the Trojans.
Uh-oh.
This time it's Highland between the tackles, up past the 15-yard line.
He's about a half a yard short. Oh, she's giving it. Or I thought that's not a guy. That's a girl. That's a guy. Yana, you got that one right.
1st down, Trojans.
Again, if you're South Point, no time to feel sorry for yourself. You've got to get a stop. Staying in the eye.
Looking to be the final play of quarter number 3. 1st and 10 from the 17. Highland between the tackles, up past the 25-yard line, has another Trojan 1st down. Clock will wind. Looks like the Trojans will take this to the final quarter of play with a 7-point lead over the South Point Pointers. Through 3, 1 to go, a 14-7 lead for the Trojans. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
There's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
Trip over his own man.
14-7 lead as we enter the final quarter of play. 1st down and 10 for the Trojans from their own 28-yard line, 93 rushing yards on the night. For junior tailback Chase Highland, 7 yards away from his third 100-yard rushing game of the season. Trojans out in the eye. This is Highland up past the 30-yard line, has the 1st down, over 100 yards on the night. Ball spotted right at the 39-yard line.
And if you're Portsmouth right here, maybe you think you found a little bit of something. We got a flag?
Flag down around the line of scrimmage.
Wow. But again, what I started to say was Portsmouth in my opinion, has found a little bit of something going under with the eye and just running kind of power football and able to just kind of keep pounding them. Now, we'll see if they stay in that now that they're behind the sticks and need 20 yards. But, and again, you know, this lead that they have is, it has a comfortable feeling to it, but it's not. I mean, you're just one goofy play away from being back in a football game here. And by no means is Portsmouth out of the woods yet.
Penalty pushes the Trojans inside their own 20-yard line, 1st down and 20.
Counter tray.
Highland right up the middle. Pushed back inside the 20. Forward progress will have him out to his own 22-yard line. Trojan down after the play.
70-something. That would make it Fletcher, possibly.
Stops the clock at 11 minutes, 20 seconds.
Looks like he's okay.
2nd down and 16 coming up
now
for the Trojans.
I'll say something funny. He might be laying on the ground because he caught one in the grape juice. I mean, that could easily be why he's down. Which we all know that doesn't feel good, but it doesn't last long. Let's just say he got the breath knocked out of him. How about that? I'm going to say in order for Portsmouth to be able to move the sticks here, either here or possibly on 3rd down, I think they're going to have to put the ball in the air. But again, where their greatest successes come by getting Williams out on the perimeter where he can throw and run, puts a lot of pressure on the edge of the defense. But they're staying in the eye.
2nd down and 16 from their own 22-yard line.
Counter trade
Williams
the other
will hand
way.
it off. This is Highland. Up near the 25-yard line. Looks to be a pickup of about 2 yards on the carry. 3rd down and 13 now for the Trojans.
And again, what I don't think Portsmouth has done is I don't think they've passed out of the eye.
Charles Fletcher back into the game for the Trojans. Alex McKenzie was in for the meantime.
They've only got 10 players on the field. Only got 10 players.
Timeout Portsmouth. Their first of the half. Two timeouts remaining for both teams with 10:40 to go in quarter number 4. 3rd down and 13 from their own 25 for Portsmouth.
Again, and if I was a betting man, I'm saying we're going to roll left to the trips. But your running back is sitting over here. Uh-oh.
Double reverse.
Oh, he's open.
Firing downfield. This is Malone who makes the grab. Inside the 30-yard line, Wilburn giving chase, going for the strip tackle. He's not going to get it. Touchdown, Trojans, 75 yards.
What a great call. And that whole situation is brought on by Portsmouth being prepared to be able to execute that play, which is very difficult in that situation, especially with all the other simple mistakes that they've had, but they're able to pull that off. Now, that doesn't make any sense, but if you watch that play, that was perfectly run. The formation is what had me goofing around, but for what they did, that shows me something was up.
Roth on to make it a 14-point lead for Portsmouth. 21 unanswered points for the Trojans here in the second half. A 21-7 lead with 10:27 to go. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new.
75-yard passing touchdown on the double reverse from J.T. Williams to Landon Malone. PAT from Roth was good, and the lead is up to 14 with 10:27 to go. Here's Roth to boot it away. Short kick, it'll be returned from the 30-yard line. This is Lewis to the far sideline and pushed out of bounds. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line of South Point.
Again, now South Point's gotten out of that inverted wishbone and gone to more of a spread look or a pistol
Three
spread.
receivers to the field, Hunt back to throw, firing over the middle. Pass is caught by the junior receiver Hanshaw up around midfield, just shy of the line to gain.
Again, I'm telling you, I think that kid's going to be special. I
Third
like
grab
that
of the
kid.
night for Hanshaw.
And that was an extremely tight window.
Completion good for 8 yards. Second down and 2 coming up for the Pointers. Under 10 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Second down and 2 straight ahead. This is Freeman, who's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry.
That's Alex McKenzie, who we've called his number a few times tonight. I don't believe he gained an inch. Again, this is again in the situation that they're in now. This might be a 4-down situation, but I'm sure South Point would prefer to pick up the first down right here.
Wilburn in motion from right to left. Third down and 2. Hunt to throw. Under some pressure, and down he goes in the backfield. Trojans come up with the sack. Levon Cobb.
Again, I think he was looking for Wilburn on the little grass route right here in front of us, but he just had too much stuff up in his face and couldn't set his feet and make a throw.
Decision time for Coach Davis inside his own 45-yard line. 6 yards to go.
Well, he's made his decision.
4 receivers set, 3 to the field, 1 to the boundary. That's Devon Lewis. Freeman in the backfield, Hunt to throw.
He can run for a first down.
Rolling far side, he'll keep it himself. Needs the 50-yard line. Did he get
decision.
there?
No, he got there easily. Oh,
first down,
yeah.
Pointers. Big conversion on 4th down for the freshman.
And it was there for the taking. It's just a question of whether or not he realized the down and distance, which obviously he had in mind, and he could see the sticks, and he made it to the sticks fairly easy.
New set of downs from midfield for South Point. 8:15 to go. Same formation for the Pointers. This is Freeman. Through the tackles, barreling his way over a defender. First down, Pointers. First and 10 from the +37 Hunt. Back to throw, rolling near side. Now back to the middle of the field. Looks to make room for himself. He will not be able to do so. He's brought down outside of the 40-yard line.
You got to throw that ball away. I mean, that's a coverage sack. If he throws it away, two things. Number one, he doesn't lose 6 yards. Two, it stops the clock. You just got to be versed enough to throw it away. But again, probably mark that one off as a freshman mistake.
Pointers showing twins on 2nd down and 15. Hunt to throw, throwing to the far side for Wilborn. It's complete. First down, Pointers into the red zone. Huge grab from the senior Elijah Wilburn.
And again, Hunt throwing up there for a 50-50 ball, and if anything, probably not well played by the Portsmouth defender, who didn't react to the ball very well, and obviously Wilburn did.
Pointers threatening inside the Trojan 20-yard line. First down and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Freeman between the tackles. Initially stood up trying to bounce it to the outside. He's brought down close to the line of scrimmage. Met by Noah Livingston, eventually drugged down by Alex McKenzie to the far sideline.
Great effort.
Second down and 10.
Absolutely tremendous effort for a loss of a yard, but a tremendous effort.
Three receivers to the field. Hunt back to throw.
Oh, he had him.
Firing over the middle field. Pass is intercepted. J.T. Williams coming up with the interception for the Trojans.
Now, do we have any idea if he's related to the Williamses? Oh, they are brothers. Okay. He had that as it was coming out of his hand, just sitting on it waiting.
Pass was intended for Jalen Anderson just at the goal line. Nice play by Williams. First down and 10 from their own 5. I formation, they'll keep it on the ground. This is Highland between the tackles, out to the 15-yard line. First down, Trojans.
And again, if you're Portsmouth right now, you're thinking of a 4-minute possession here. That's you're in your 4-minute offense possession. And the bottom line, with the ball being as deep in their own territory as it is, if they continue to make first downs, it's possible for them to run this clock out.
Under 6 minutes to play here in the final quarter of play.
I think Tarzan's somewhere close. You got to be Cheetah, can't be too far behind.
Trojans out in the eye. Highland. Right up the gut. Picks up about 3.
Again, I think that Portsmouth has found a little bit of something here in the I formation. And obviously the one thing that they haven't done out of that formation is throws. And again, this isn't a throwing situation. And probably something that maybe they don't do out of the I. But they run the heck out of the counter tray. They're going to block that fullback back, pull the guard and tackle, kick the guard out, lead with the tackle. And they're able to do that. Actually, I think they do it pretty well.
Copley and Highland in the eye. Directly behind Williams. Williams on the keeper, pushed back deep into his own backfield. He'll eventually be brought down behind the original line of scrimmage. Loss of about 5 yards for the Trojans on 2nd down and 6. Here's Williams on the keeper. To the far sideline, pushed out of bounds, about 2 yards shy of the line to gain.
Again, a great call. And again, what they're doing is they're giving the run action and then running the counter tray back the other direction with the quarterback, which is an outstanding strategy.
Clock continues to run.
If the official didn't tell him to stop the clock, he's not going to. And now the play clock, they're going to call timeout. It's 15 coming down. Now, you saw what I saw. He was 5 yards out of bounds.
Timeout, South Point.
So that costs South. I mean, again, it's not going to be critical, I think, to the outcome of the game, but that's a poorly officiated play there at the end.
.21 unanswered points for the Trojans in the second half after a scoreless first.
Of course, we know Williams punts. I mean, I'm saying they're sending their quarterback back out there, but that's their punter. Would I be totally surprised? Yes. At this situation, you have to punt this football.
Nobody back deep for the Pointers. Trojans out in the pistol. Now Williams moving back to his own 15-yard line. Now back up to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to draw them off. I understand the strategy.
Timeout Trojans, their second of the half.
But I can tell you, too, that's a lot more effective play not coming out of a timeout. And I realize South Point called the timeout, but I'll leave it at that. But a good way to get them to jump off sides. So.
Fourth down, 2 yards to go. Williams in the pistol. Expect him to back up to close to his own 15. We have another stoppage of play. Williams back to his own 15 to boot it away. Wilburn, the deep man for the Pointers. One bounce, this one inside the Pointer 40-yard line.
36, 37.
3:10 to
37.
go. One timeout remaining for South Point, trailing by 14.
Well, if you're South Point right now, it's game on. I mean, you can't afford. I don't think you'll see another running play. They're sitting on one timeout, it looks like to me, and short of an onside kick recovered after a score, they wouldn't even get a second possession. So they've got to get a fairly quick score here in 2 or 3 plays. So again, it's not the game plan that they'd come in here with, and then look for possibly maybe Portsmouth to try to turn them over one more time and seal the deal.
1st and 10 from their own 37. Hunt back to throw, firing far side. This is Wilburn who makes the grab inside his own 40, makes the first man miss, and is eventually out to the 44-yard line.
And that probably takes their last time out. No, they're going to let it run.
Same formation, Hunt to the far sideline, nearly intercepted by Trevin Brooks. Incompletion stops the clock at 2:40. 3rd down and 3 coming up.
That ball had some gas on it. I'm not so sure that wasn't aimed for the second level or thrown to the second level guy.
Third down and 3. Hunt rolling near side, firing down the sideline. Passes incomplete, intended, and off the hands of Braden Hanshaw. 4th down and 3.
Obviously, South Point needs to make a play here to extend the game.
Four receivers sent, 3 to the field for the Pointers. Hunt back to throw. Firing over the middle of the field. It is intercepted. Caleb Johnson with the takeaway.
And again, from our perspective, I don't think we can appreciate the catch that was made. I believe that ball was thrown behind him, and he caught that with just his right arm. Again, South Point with one timeout, 2:22 to go. Let's see if South Point even uses their timeout.
Trojans take over on their own 39-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 2:22 to go in the 4th.
Counter Trey.
Out on the eye, this is Highland to the left side. He's brought down around the line of scrimmage.
And it appears to me that South Point is not going to use their timeout. And I don't even get that out of my mouth. So that's about 5 or 6 seconds to the wrong side. So now, with that having happened, now Portsmouth has to make a 1st down, which I understand.
Tough Week 10 on tap for both schools as South Point will head back home as they host Gallia Academy. And Portsmouth will head down to Ironton to take on the Fighting Tigers in Week 10. As of now, most wins in a single season for South Point since 2013 when they went 7-3. With the presumed win, Portsmouth will move to 5-4 overall, giving themselves an 88% chance to head to Week 11.
And they are at Ironton next week. That's going to be a tough hill for them to climb. So they must, it really must come down to what some other people do, because that's probably a game they're going to have a hard time competing in. And the game's at Ironton to boot. Yeah, that's a tough hill. Now, they can let that come down, but they're not going to. Of course, I guess it doesn't matter because the clock was stopped.
2nd down and 10. Highland has trouble with the toss. However, he's able to get across the 40-yard line for a pickup of about 3. Under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they can come down to about 120. In fact, 128 or 118, I believe. We'll see if Portsmouth just sit. Well, that's what they should do, is just sit here, knowing that they can probably come out of the huddle and run that play with about 7 or 8 seconds. I would rather they be on the line of scrimmage and waiting, but again, everybody's got a different way of doing things.
Under 90 seconds to go, 3rd down and 7 from the 42. This is Highland off tackle to the left side. He's brought up just shy of the 45.
So 40 and 15 is 25, so they can come down to 35 seconds before they have to run this play. And they're probably going to go call a timeout with 1 second left on this game play clock. So you're looking at around 35, 36 seconds. And they'll still, but they will punt. And again, this is just how you finish the game. It's just part of finishing a football game. Yeah, it's right at 35, 36. So 36.2. And they're going to end up, South Point's going to end up with the ball back somewhere probably around 27 or 28 seconds.
Timeout, Portsmouth, their final of the half. 36 seconds to go here in Week 9. 14-point lead for the Trojans. Empty backfield.
Wow.
Williams on the keeper to the far sideline, has the first down, and that'll do it.
I'm not sure I want to comment on that. But that will be the last play of the game. No. Yep. Yeah, they're a second under it.
1 second differential play and game clock. Play clock about 1 second under, so that'll do it. "21-7 is our final. The Trojans come away with the win. On senior night, move to 5-4, 4-2 in the OVC. Gives them an 88% chance to make an appearance in Week 11. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
"21-7 is our final from the Trojan Coliseum. Box score for tonight, we'll start with the Pointers of South Point. Quarterback Ethan Hunt has an improved week from his Week 8 performance. This week goes 9 of 19 for 100 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Elijah Wilburn on the ground, 8 carries for 47 yards, also 6 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown, so over 100 scrimmage yards for Wilburn on the night. Blaine Freeman, 10 carries for 23 yards. Braden Hanshaw had 3 grabs for 23. For the Trojans, Cam Williams, 6 of 7 for 35 yards. JT Williams also in the passing category, 1 for 1 for 75 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Cam Williams also had 13 carries for 75 yards and a score. Chase Highland with 26 carries, 113 yards and a touchdown. Highland also with 3 grabs for 22 yards, and then the only other, also with receptions, Noah Livingston had 2 for 10 yards, and Colin Perry had 1 catch for 9 yards. Then the big one, Landon Malone with a 75-yard receiving touchdown, representing the final score of the contest. Fun night here in Portsmouth.
Yeah, it's always we've always, like I said, we've said it pregame, and we'll say it again probably for a few years down the road that again, we've always enjoyed our time here spent at the Coliseum, and we've seen some pretty good football, and it's a great environment. The hospitality here is first rate. The people here that are involved with putting on this football game do it at a very high level, and we appreciate the ease at which they let us slip into town, call a game, and slip out. We've had a good time every time we've ever been here. We've had a good football game every time we've ever been here, and that's something, when we realize that we're coming here, we know that we're headed in a direction that we've always enjoyed.
As previously mentioned, tough matchups in Week 10 for both squads as South Point heads back home where they'll host Gallia Academy. Portsmouth on the road to Ironton to take on the Fighting Tigers. Dewey and Tim Daly signing off from the Trojan Coliseum. Once again, the final, Portsmouth 21, South Point 7. Have a great rest of your night.